Run here. I'm Tony Baccigalupo, and I am working on this idea of belongfulness, and it's rooted in this question of how we can get people to start feeling more connected, more alive, better relationships with our neighbors, with ourselves, with the world around us. So, I am working today on writing up an outline for that as a formal program. So I have actually written up a post yesterday about some of the key ingredients of belongfulness, including belonging to self, belonging in partnership, belonging in family. So basically what I realized is that belonging is a nuanced thing that touches on all different kinds of aspects of your life. Internal belonging with other people around you, belonging with the physical environment around you, ultimately belonging in a more spiritual sense, in a bigger picture sense to the existence of everything. So I'm going to try to turn this into something that's a little bit more of a formal program so that we can explore these things. So if I want to feel more belongful, more connected to the world around me, how can I understand where I'm at with these things and cultivate that and get better at it? And so that's what I want to try to understand better, is what I could offer as a program that would allow me to share this with people, and we could work on this stuff together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this outline and then start turning it into a program. So the way that I'm going to do that, by the way, I see there's one viewer right now, which is amazing. I am just making this up as I go. So one viewer, if you want to say hi in the chat, would love to see who you are, where you are, what brought you here. So I'm going to copy this document that I created recently, mostly because I just want to be able to duplicate the formatting. We're going to call this Belongfulness Program Outline. Great. And I am going to use this as my document template. So, okay, and just gonna kind of stub this out a little bit. The latest updates to Google Docs are just amazing. So I love the fact that I can go in here, I can start crafting an outline, and I can quickly start to sketch out what my program is going to look like. So for example, I just made this background header and I'm going to collapse it, it's just so nice that I can do this now. It's super cool. So I could say program outline. Cool. And what we're going to do is we are going to pull from this post each of these items and turn them into a list of things that we're going to work on together. So I'm just going to copy all of this material in here, and then I am going to start pulling from it. So let's see, just bring this right in here. Cool, and now I'm going to strip away this formatting. Okay, and over time, I'm going to just get more and more close to this being something that's going to make sense to share with other people. Great, so I'm going to start compiling this list. Always think about the most efficient ways to do things. I don't know if this ever ends up becoming like useful or a distraction for you as you're doing things, but for example, I want to be able to pull this list out from this blog post, and I suppose there are probably better ways to do it, but right now I just want to get a hold of this list so I can make a bunch of headlines and see how it goes. And by the way, if you're hanging with me while I'm doing this, feel free to just do other stuff, put me on in the background, tune me out, or don't. You can pay attention too if you want. But I'm just going to talk through this process a little bit right now. At some point, when I'm starting to type more, I am probably going to talk less. But for right now, this is what we're going to deal with. All right, great. So I've got my list. And this will certainly change over time. But in the meantime, let's start turning this into something. If there was a way to smartly nuke these things when, it should know what I'm doing by now. Okie dokie. And I am going to make these headers as well. So these are going to be, let's call them H2s. Let's call this the program. Great. Program. So now I am going to be in a position to start outlining this. And part of what I want to do is I want to be able to start asking questions. And for this, I'm actually going to draw from a pretty tried and true source, which is Tony Robbins' book. And think what you will of Mr. Robbins, but he has sure got some pretty influential and successful programs. So, one of the things that he talks about in his book, Awakened Giant Within, is this idea of limiting beliefs and doing this inventory. I am very interested in this idea of taking an inventory because I think it gives us a really valuable starting point for understanding and mapping out what we can work on, what we can get better at from here. So, for example, what are my existing disempowering beliefs? And then I can start questioning those beliefs. So just brainstorming what some of those things could be. I'm actually going to make this a little bit of a raw list for now. And I can figure out where it fits in. It may end up being that we have something like a self-evaluation section, something like that. Because this part might be generalized to different areas that we're going to explore from here. So what are some examples of some limiting beliefs? Let's say, for example, it's hard to find friends where I live. There's nothing going on around here. Going to events is pointless. So we could do a little bit of a kind of, to what extent do you agree with these statements? To what extent do you resonate with these statements? What other statements would you add? Let's see what else we've got. I've tried everything already. What about I'm too busy? I'm just too tired after a full day of video meetings to try. Picking friends. I'm an introvert. I don't like being in super social situations with strangers. Now, useful questions. What if we question these beliefs? Could we unearth some sense of possibility, wonder, openness? And these questions could be something like, what if, I don't know why it keeps doing that. What if there were super simple things I could do? What if feeling connected didn't require me to be super social? What if there are things I could try that I haven't thought of yet? What is a place or program I've been meaning to check out? You see, I'm laying this groundwork of curiosity. Could even go as far as saying, consequences. Am I better off staying at home? How it's with my screen time? Does my work Hmm. Okay. Just double checking. Making sure things look and sound good on my stream. Gosh, the audio, it sounds like I'm a telephone. But that's okay, I can work with that. Drop some hearts here. It's cute. Okay, gonna mute that. I'm gonna work on ho. My audio input was set to my headphones instead of my fancy microphone. Okay, so I probably sound, I don't know, 1 or 2 million times better now. Okie dokie, gonna mute that so I don't hear myself echoing to myself, self for too long. Cool. Can I change letter spacing? Sure would be nice to change letter spacing. Don't think I can in Google, can I? Borders. Can I put borders around my text? It's crazy town. That's cool. I don't even know if that's new or not, but it's cool to see it. Custom spacing. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Screw it. I am going to put a little border under my H1s here. Just make it a nice subtle little gray. Oh my goodness. I could really go crazy here. I'm just gonna go hog wild for a second. Fun. Yeah, fun, okay. No way on the background color. Yeah, what the hell? Leave it. Kind of all right. You know what I'm doing, by the way, if you're watching this. Procrastinating. Oh my goodness, am I? So I'm giving myself another 5 seconds to do this. Four, 3, 2, 1, and we are moving on to writing again. Let's see, okay, that's cool. All right, so back to writing. Space. Cool. So as you can see, I am just kind of cranking away at figuring out some of these different pieces of this puzzle. And that is okay. Yeah, I could start a list at 0. Although it doesn't look to be aligned properly, but I'm just going to let that drive me crazy. That's okay. All right, so 2,500 words. Now, most of these words are ones that I wrote previously. So let's see what we got if we don't count those, which means it's basically going to be the program down. Command Shift C gives me the word count 539. Cool. Not the worst. More importantly, I'm getting this done. This could be a cool course. This could be a cool community program where we work towards this stuff together. And I recognize this is probably not the actual final product. This is maybe a starter for what ends up becoming a product. But I think there's going to be an angle here that we're going to find, and that's going to help get us closer to where we want to go. And that is why I'm doing this. So I'm just going to do one last thing. I'm going to drop an image in here just because it's fun. And then I think we'll take a break from this for now. And I appreciate y'all hanging with me. This has been really neat. And we'll do this again real soon. So thanks for coming to hang with me. I am Tony, and I appreciate you being here. Bye.